Hello, and welcome. Welcome. How are you? How are you? It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Let's see. So, this is Wednesday night. I feel like it's evening time because it's still light out, but it's actually, I guess, technically, I guess it's still night, huh? Wednesday night. So, we're going to be talking about today the best exercise for GLP-1 users. And are you actually doing the right one? Are you doing the right one? So, that's what we want to talk about today. And I'm going to say hello to the chat and then we'll get started. And what I plan to do is I'm going to ask you some questions because this is the community check-in. This is check one, check two. You guys get the mic. So I want your input, and then we're going to, of course, do what I do all the time. I'm going to see what you guys know about what the best exercises are. Cardio, strength training, any other exercises you're doing, we want to talk about it. So let's get started with the chat. Who is here? We have Mail to the B. She says, hi, Didi and friends. Happy Wednesday. We have Simply Taisha. She says, happy Wednesday. Divalicious fam. Love that. Hey, Diva, Mail, Taisha, and everyone. Happy Wednesday. So that tells me you guys must have been the first three here, right? Love that. Mel was the first one to chime in today. I love that, Mel. She said hello to everyone. Downsizing Diva is saying hello to everyone. Geraldine, Felicia Marie B. Felicia, how are you? How are you? Geraldine, hello, DD and family. Hello, Geraldine. We hope you are on the mend, Geraldine. Bellflower, she says, hey, DD and chat. And chat. I was so excited. I always get excited to say the names. Z, hello, Didi and beautiful fam. Hello, how are you? Paula, hey, Paula. She says, hey, Didi, and all you beautiful people. Yes, I love that. The cross, I always want to sing that song. At the cross, where I first saw the light, and the burdens of my heart rolled away. Don't you guys remember that song from church? I love it. You remind me of that every time I see you. Think about my grandmother too. Don't get me crying on this live, the cross. Don't get me crying on this live. Slims in the making. I love that. What a cool name. I love your walking video the other day. I couldn't watch it without getting up and walking with you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. And you know what? You guys gave me motivation. You guys gave me motivation to get up, and I said, I'm just going to go live and I'm going to walk. And I did not want to. I did not want to at all. But I love that. Let's see. People are saying hello, ladies and gents. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Yes. Hit that like button. I'm so glad you said that. Slims in the making, because that makes me feel good. Because I said I'm going to try to keep it going. Just to motivate me. Because I'll talk about this in a minute. I'm not the exercise person. Like, I'm not all in. I do it. When I say I'm not all in, I don't love it. Like, I feel like people love it. It's like, oh man. Now, once I get in the groove of doing something, usually when it's group fitness, that's when I love it. I'm not at that point yet. Hey, Shay, how are you? My name twin. I love that. Shay, we spell our names a little different, but it sounds the same, right? Shay and Shay. I love that. All right. I love that song. Sang it growing up. Yes. I love that, Paula. Yes, it reminds me of my granny. Remember, I told you guys I was in church like 3 times out of the day. Like, we went for morning service, we went from after to afternoon. And afternoon, usually we visited another church, or another church visited our church. And then at night they called it broadcast, and it started at 11:30. So I grew up in church. I mean, just like when I say on Sundays, and then my grandmother would cook for the pastor, and she was a trustee at some point. So it just was, I was just all things church and very busy with it. But yeah, I know all the songs, and I love them. WB, I wanted to share a win. I lost 15 pounds on my first month on Zepbound. Yay! That is so cool. 15 pounds. Jeez Louise. So you must have been doing all the things. Your body got a hold of that Zepbound and was like, oh, no, you won't. I'm about to shed some pounds. I love that. I love that. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. Very good, very good. So Jerlina says, yeah, Jerlina saying, thank you, family. I appreciate all the prayers. God answered. I was fighting a rare E. coli. Oh my goodness. Jeez, Louise. So, and you didn't need surgery. You told me that, right? You didn't need surgery. And that is so cool, Jerlene. I love that for you. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we got to, first of all, we got to, Jerlene, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, thank you. Well, we got to give you some confetti. We also have to give WV some confetti. So, all right, Jerlene, let's give you some confetti. That is amazing. Prayer does work. We have all been praying for you. And so I hope this doesn't shut me down. I keep saying that because I just never know. Thank you, Jerlene. Thank you. And congratulations. I know that should make you feel good, right? That you didn't have to have the surgery. Jeez, Louise. I mean, if you can avoid surgery, do it. But if you got to do it, go for it. Thank you, thank you. And then WV, where is she? She lost 15 pounds in 1 month. I mean, geez, Louise. Okay, let's give you some confetti. Oh my goodness, I got to give the confetti out early for that one. Jeez, Louise. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. We had some more friends enter the chat. We have Healthy Spirit Podcast. Hey Tia. And we have who is it? Kim J. Sweet Healthy Life. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. She says, hello, Dee Dee and fam. And Tia is saying hello to everyone. So I'm just going to tell you guys, today our topic is, let me take this off. I'm so bad about taking these comments off. Our topic today is exercise. So I want to know from you guys, what are you doing? I told you guys I'm not a fan. Like, I've exercised on and off throughout my life. So I'm not like one of those people who don't exercise. I just don't love it. I don't love it. I always say, I wish I grew up working out or seeing my parents work out. My parents they look fit, but they weren't necessarily fit, but they were not overweight. I'm one of the few people in my family that was ever overweight. And nobody really exercised, right? Except for the guys when they got up, they start doing the weights, like my brother, my cousins, they start working out with weights. But I never saw anybody working out. So I always saw people work out who wanted to be thin, and I never wanted to be thin. I was kind of happy with what I was doing. But over the course of time, as time went on and, I wanted to lose weight, I worked out. And so the workouts you always hear, I remember my brother used to say it, right? Because I always associated, working out with, if you want to lose weight, you want to burn that fat and those calories, you do cardio. And if you want to, get some muscles, tone that up, tone yourself and your body up, you use weights. And so in high school, it's funny because my brother always says this. Is this true for you? In high school, my brother always said the girls who were thick in all the right places, once they got older, they gained weight. And the girls that were, real thin, didn't have shapes, kind of were straight up and down, now they're voluptuous. And so I really fit that category because in high school, I was like, bam, bam, bam. I had the curves, I had everything going on. And then I feel like once your stomach starts to get big, it just all looks like it runs together. So I kind of lost that as I went along. And so exercise for me was always about just like burning calories, burning fat. I worked out to Denise Austin. She was a favorite. I liked, what's her name? Her last name is Richardson. I can't remember her first name. Like, beautiful African-American lady. She was married to Tom Joyner. I started doing her workouts. She had some gospel workouts. I used to do her. Denise Austin, I told you she was one of my faves. Jane Fonda, I was doing some of Jane Fonda's stuff too. But of course, you guys know my favorite exercise guy of all times was Billy Blanks. Like, once I got introduced to that typo, I just kind of loved it. And so, I like still working out to him because I feel like you're like boxing and you're doing all that. And I feel like you're moving and then you're also getting that strength training in too. So when I went to this boot camp, I talk about this boot camp a lot because that boot camp like stayed in my mind. That boot camp was everything. And when I went to that boot camp, until it wasn't, right? Because the lady was like over the top kind of mean, and I couldn't take it, to even seeing her be mean to other people. But I kept going with, a group fitness we would do. And it's funny because the lady in the group fitness, her nickname for me was Shay Boogie. So some of my friends still call me Shay Boogie that went to that boot camp, but she'd be like, "Get it, Shay Boogie." She would call me Shay Boogie all the time. So I love the group fitness of it all. So even though like when I lost that 50 something pounds at the boot camp, I continued to go to exercise, and I loved it. I look forward to going, but I think it was because of the social of it all, right? The socialness, like going with the group, hanging with the girls. You had your group of folks. We all met there. And that was so funny. It's one time I worked out. This lady, she's retired. I want to say Marsha, she might be in her late 70s, 80s. She looks good too. She's active. She's mobile. She's what we call like she's living out her life, her last, chapter of her life, if that's what we call it. Great, right? She could probably outwalk you and I. She still stayed mobile. But I will never forget. Do you guys remember? Did you ever go to a curves? Remember the curves where it was like those strength training things in a rotation circle? Her and I went to curves, and we had been planning this and planning this. And we were like, we're going to curves. Donna Richardson, that's the name. We were like, we're going to curves. We're going to curves. So do you know we went to curves? After curves, we left curves and we went to Red Robin and had all you can eat fries. I'll never forget that. I said, now why are we doing that? Those calories we burned, we just kind of gave it all back, right? At the Red Robin, eating those fries, those steak fries. So I'll never forget that. But I just thought, geez, Louise. So that's where I was introduced to like, working out and liking it. And then over the years, I've always had a treadmill at my house. I've always had all the exercise equipment. I was either doing it or at first, and then when I first get it, I'll do it and then I'll fade off. So I'm somebody who needs to go to a gym, right? Who needs to go to a gym. But in these GLP-1 streets, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about exercise. Like, what's the best exercise? What should we be doing? I see, even though people know we should be strength training, I see a lot of people are sticking to this cardio. Which is, it's fine. Nothing wrong with cardio. But we're going to talk about it tonight. What is the best exercise for GLP-1 users, and not just GLP-1 users? What is the best exercise for any of us? So that's what we're going to talk about. Mel to the V. Thank you. She says, Dee Dee, thanks for all you do, especially since you do it with joy. Jerlene, you are the sweetest. Many blessings. Yes, yes, yes. And so are you. Thank you, Mel. So let's give her a proper thank you. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Mel. So my question to you guys, after I said all that, I think we had other people come in. Let me just say hello to some of our other friends that came in. Tanya, how are you? How are you? We have Tammy. How are you? How are you? We have Shay. I think I said Shay already because you're my name twin. Real talk, real journal talk with V. How are you? How are you? Okay. So in the chat, I see you guys are putting the things you do, but so if you haven't done this already, what kind of workouts are you doing right now? What kind of workouts are you doing now? Let me know in the chat. And so, I'll run mine down for you guys. Thank you, Mel. So, of course, I'm doing the Pilates. Now, everybody knows I started that Pilates. I still do that Lift with C, and the Pilates is whole body. So, I do the arms and then the legs, which, I still kept that going from being with my AP partner. Accountability partner is what you call it. And then what else am I doing? And then I'll do Taibo. Like I try to get that in on the weekend if I can, because now that I added Pilates, I do Pilates Wednesday. And Wednesday and Friday are going to be my days unless I can't get in there. They have a wait list, so I might get on the wait list and be able to get in there. So that's what I'm doing. And then I plan to just get that cardio in and do a little bit of walking. And it's funny, when I was walking on Tuesday, I don't know, Devin, are you out there? Devin, where are you? But Devin told me, and I'm thinking Devin is a he, because I've been saying he, and they haven't corrected me. So I'm thinking Devin's a guy. And he's like, you need to be strength training, basically get off that treadmill. And he said, you try. And I said, well, where does cardio fit in? And he says, you do cardio when you get to your goal weight. Now, and I said, well, what about heart health? And he's like, he broke it down. He basically said, you're good, yeah, your heart is fine with you doing the strength training. So we're really going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about what is the best exercise. So let me see, what are you guys doing? I know a lot of you guys are working it out. Let's see. Yeah, Geraldine told me she was even working out when she was not feeling well. So, she was, recovering. She did things that she could do, which that is commitment, commitment, commitment. So Simply Taisha says she trains 3 days a week and she walks for 30 minutes on her walking pad every single day. Okay, every single day. All right, very good, very good. Okay, Kim says, hey, AP, we see ya, AP. You're up in your game, whether you love it or not. So stop right quick and give her some confetti. Oh, give me some. Okay, I'm going to give myself some confetti. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. All right. This is for Downsizing Diva. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for that. I would never give myself confetti, Kim. So thank you for that. All right. Very good. All right, so let's see. What else are you guys saying? You guys are working it out. And Mel, thank you. It was Donna Richardson. I used to work out to her too. Felicia Marie B. She says, I strength train with weights and glute bands 3 times a week and cardio 3 times a week, and you walk every day. A lot of you are getting those walks in. Facts. Dee Dee's energy is everything. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, let's see. Kim used to love Donna Richardson. Me too. Me too. The oldies, Jane Fonda and Denise Austin. Billy still got it. I do Tybo now on his YouTube channel. You do? Okay. Now his new Tybo, I like the old Tybo. I got to get into the newer Billy. I remember he was doing things during the COVID in his living room. It was so funny to me. And I'm just so used to seeing like the younger Billy, and I was like, he's aged, oh Billy, but he still has it. And during COVID, okay, Billy, don't get mad, but during COVID, don't tell anybody, but he kind of had like a little beard, like a belly going on. But I see he's toned it up. Billy has toned it up. He's like, don't play with me, you two. Keisha says cardio. Okay, all right. Strength trainer here. You walk on the treadmill and you walk in the park. You take a kettlebell to class. You take a kettlebell class on Friday. That kettlebell is no joke. I remember I used to do a little workout with that, and I loved it too. Okay, very good. Okay, you guys know Donna Richardson. Okay, so these are some hellos. Okay, so Healthy Spirit Podcast says both strength is a priority. Cardio is extra, not instead of. So you think cardio is extra. Fit your cardio in, but not at the expense of your strength, in my humble opinion. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. All right, let's see. Real Journal Talk with V is saying hello to everybody. Do we remember Gilad? I don't know how to pronounce his name, but yes, he did the Bodies in Motion. Yes. And that's back when guys used to wear those spandexy, like reminds me of Richard Simmons, but I know he's not, he didn't wear like the shorts and all that. But he used to wear those what do you call those things? What are those called? The whole bodysuit of it all. I used to like him. I used to like some of his workouts, and you could tell he was doing some strength training. He was built. He was a big built guy. Felicia, you remember the curves? Yes, curves was a thing. Who else remembers curves? Did anybody else go there besides me? I was on those curves, and curves didn't have the weights, but it had those machines that kind of worked your body weight, like the pressure. I guess the pressure was you could hear. And sometimes you could hear those machines like moving. It sounded like it was like a whoosh, swish sound. I used to love curves. I had a little membership there. All right. So I have a personal training session tomorrow. Pray for me. Is that your first one in a while? Paula, we have to say a prayer. You're going to be okay. That trainer is going to be like, oh, I got to step it up for this lady. Oh, you love walking. Okay, very good. A lot of people love walking. Healthy Spirit does he still have a YouTube channel? Yes. Yeah, Billy Blanks, he does. Walking with the weighted vest, aqua classes, stationary bike, and total gym, more resistance versus weights at this juncture. Okay. So what do you mean by more resistance versus the weights? Paul, how are you? He says, hey, everybody. I love that. Walking 30 minutes. Once my thumb heals, I will start back using the resistance bands. Is that what you're talking about? Probably, Tammy, using those. When I had to get personal physical therapy with my back for my back, I had resistance bands, and my daughter always tried to use them. I'm like, don't break my resistance bands. Because she would stretch them out, like she would try her best. Caution, please clean the machine before exercising. I believe this is how I got this infection. Yes. Oh my goodness. I wanted to ask you, but then I want to put you on the spot. So you think you got it from the being at a gym? Jeez, Louise. Yeah, very good. Yeah, you kind of have to wash it down. Jeez, Louise. Strength training with free weights 3 times a week. Pilates on Saturday morning, your walking pad daily, Monday through Friday, 20-pound weighted vest. Okay, very good. So you're doing strength training with free weights 3 times a week, then Pilates. You walk daily. You're another daily walker. Okay, that is so true, Jerlene. You have to clean those machines. Yes, yes, yes. So Jerlene, she ended up getting that E. coli, she said, through that. So yeah, that's a lesson for us all. I love aquatics, warm water, easy on the joints. Yes, yes, yes. That whole swimming is great. It's a great kind of physical exercise. Um, let's see. I like to do both cardio. Bellflower says, simply Taisha is #goals. Yes, yes, yes. She's faithful too with it, consistent. I like to do both cardio and strength training. I think they're both important. Cardio for your heart health, diabetes management, blood pressure control, strong bones, improves the quality of your life. Okay, all right. So she's a big fan of the cardio. Strength training helps build muscles, improve bone density, and help enhance metabolism. Yes, yes, yes. And people are agreeing with Tia. Love them both. Spandex. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm trying to say. No, I don't think that. Tammy, you went to Curves. Yes, yes, yes. I used to love me some Curves. Keep on keeping on. I love that. Very good. Let's see. And see, this thing scrolled me down really fast. Kim is saying, you got this, Paula. I read the pool for over 65 is voted the best. You read that the pool, like going to the pool, is the best for over 65. Okay, very good. I'm pretty sure it's so easy on those joints. First personal training session in a while. Okay, good. You have to let me know how that goes. Jeez Louise. No free weights, yes, bands. Okay, very good. So that's a great start with the bands, but I think eventually you got to move up to those weights. Peloton, 4 days a week. We'll start strength soon. Okay, very good. I love that, Harper, Mimi. I love that you are adding that strength training. I think that's so important. Good evening, Dee and Diva crew, and Perfectly Pamela. I just saw your video today talking about how I said, I kind of, I'm not in love with the exercise, but I'm doing it. But yeah, some days it's a struggle. Tammy says, and weights in the water. Okay, that's great. I love that. Another reminder, says Mel, muscle burns 3.5 times more calories at rest. Okay, very good. All right, I'm about to put you guys to the test in a second. Jerlene, the pool exercises sound wonderful right now. It's so hot. Tanya saying hello to Pam. Davina, nice profile pic. You look super cute. I love walking. My best day was 14 miles, but now normally I do 7 to 10 most days and lift weights 4 days a week. So you are not playing around. Jeez Louise. Have you ever ran a marathon before? Are you a marathon runner? Tammy says she loves the aqua classes too. Cardio will melt the fat fast, but you could lose muscle along with the fat. Strength training and core is important in the long run. It will maintain the weight loss and give definition to the body. Okay, very good. Thank you for that. I'm going to attend a few aqua classes on the cruise next week. It should be fun. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Unitard, that is it. That is it. Yes, that's what I was talking about. The unitard. Yes, yes. I remember he used to wear that onesie. I call it a onesie, that one piece. It looks like a bathing suit, but it's not. Kim says, I'm so sorry, Jerlene. Yes, I wipe those machines down before and after I get on and off. Oh, you're a little germaphobe. Yes, you're supposed to. So I don't know why people aren't doing that. I'm sure some people just skip it. Taisha, I will be taking the next cruise. Yes, we got to do something. We got to get something going. Jerlene, I'm thinking about the next cruise too. All right. Yeah, I kind of want to go to. We'll see. Have to see how these ladies come back and, they let us know what's going on. All right, so I want to know this question. Have you guys, are you more consistent with moving now, or were you doing all this stuff before the medication? Like, who's going to be honest and tell me the truth? So even Mel, I want to know from you, from Taisha, were you guys doing all this before the medication, or did you just start this routine? Or maybe you weren't doing it before, because maybe before you were kind of in a health slump. But at some point, were you ever doing this kind of a routine before, you two? And anybody else in here that's into exercise? Were you doing all this before the GLP-1? That's the question. Like, whatever you're doing, strength training, working out, were you doing this stuff before taking a GLP-1? And I'm going to tell you, I just told you my whole story. So yeah, I was in spurts, but I got to the point when I got 300 plus pounds, it just became so cumbersome. I feel like sometimes to just put one foot in front of another, I was tired. I just didn't want to. My joints were hurting. So, I got to points where I would stop and then I'd start back up and then I'd stop. Let's see. So what are you guys saying? We saw that. Okay. So Taisha said, yes, this is the most consistent you've ever been. Okay, very good, very good. She says that's the most consistent. Also with cardio, you eventually get fitter and can't progress like with strength. You add more reps or weights, cardio, you get faster. But eventually that high calorie burn will get lower. All right, so we're going to talk more about this. We're going to talk more about that. It says, Kim says, did I mention I love both cardio and strength training, but you love the walking. So what does the walking do that you just love so much? So you've been exercising regularly for years, Tia. I love that. For years. Doing cardio before, still at it. Okay, very good. Do you do weights, Lakeisha, or only cardio? I'm more consistent now. I would always fall off the wagon, attend classes, then not, use home equipment, then not. Yes, in spurts. Yeah, me too. I've been consistent for the past 68 weeks. Well, that is a confetti moment. Yes. 68 weeks. Simply, Taisha. That is simply amazing. I mean, what can we say? That is just consistency at its best. I love that. Very good. I wasn't as consistent before, but the scale going down has been inspiring and makes me want to do more. Davinia, yes, I agree. You could do more. That's so true. I'm so glad you said that because, I say to myself, I am the size that I know some people started at, which is fine, but just think about when you were my size, how hard it was for you. So think about somebody my size, because I'm 234 now, or am I? But just think about somebody like me, it's a struggle for me because I still got weight. I've told somebody, I don't know, who did I tell? I probably told all of you. My goal is to get to lose 70 more pounds. I keep saying 70 more pounds, but I keep going down, down, down. So my goal is to lose more weight, but 65 to 70 pounds. So I still got a long way to go. But that's okay. I'm going to get there. Wait, we have a super chat. Wait, stop, hold the presses. Paula, thank you. She says, thank you for having these lives, Dee. You are so welcome. Thank you for coming. Let me give her some. Bam. Thank you. I love that. All right. So after I go to the rest of the comments, we're going to take a little quiz. We're going to take a little break. Kind of a quiz. I don't know. I want to see what you guys know. Let's all see what we all know. Now, some of these questions, when I went over them, I'm thinking, geez, Louise, I knew more than I thought I did, but yeah, I don't know everything, of course. You guys are doing some awesome work in here. Like, geez, Louise, I got to scroll this baby up. Okay, wait, I went down too far. Let me go back. Let's see, what are you doing? Okay, let's see. We're at Tammy and we got Taisha. Okay, so Kim says, I was not doing any of these things regularly. I went from coach to walking, then cardio to strength training. Okay, very good. From your couch to walking, then cardio to strength training. I think that's great. I think you did it in some steps, and I think that that is excellent, excellent, excellent. Definitely before the medication, Bellflower says you had all the gym memberships and a personal trainer. Though works, just didn't stick. You couldn't stick it out long term when you reached obesity. Yes, because it's hard when you have all those pounds. I would agree. I did not start strength training until the medication. I used to think cardio was more important. I was wrong. Okay, all right. You used to think cardio was more important and you were wrong. Wow. Okay. So anybody who has the is doing the cardio and that's your go-to. You know, we're gonna see at the end of this if you think if you think different. We'll see. But yeah, I used to think that too, because that's what I grew up hearing and thinking, right? It's when you get older that I think you start to hear about that. But why aren't we as women hearing about that in our 20s and our 30s? And I don't know if you guys have children. You know, my daughter is 8, but I plan on, if she sees me doing the weights and she tries to do them, right, Kim? I have to shoot her out of that room. But she tries to do the weights herself. And I'm glad she's seeing me do that because I never saw that growing up. I think if I would have saw that growing up or knew that that was something I should be doing instead of just associating it with the gym and just a part of what you do at a gym, not how important it was for you, I think I would be, in a better spot, as far as my mentality with exercise. But that's okay. We live, we learn, we grow. Simply Taisha, thank you. She says, I believe this is my sweet spot. I had a DEXA scan today and my body is still going through a recomp. I gained more muscle and lost more fat. My body is officially 22%. Yay! Yes, yes, yes. And you had that DEXA scan and that DEXA scan, when you told me that, I thought to myself, I don't know if I said it to you, but I know I thought it, like, it just confirms, it should confirm for you. Everything you're doing is great for your body, right? You're doing the right things for your body. And I love how you say, Taisha, you're not doing a whole lot. It only takes a little bit. So you're proof that it really only takes a little bit, but the I guess the big, takeaway from, what you're doing is consistency, right? 68 straight weeks. I mean, geez, oh man, that's like to be commended. And we're going to commend you with some confetti. Yay! And thank you so much about that DEXA scan. Hopefully you guys are getting DEXA scans out there. Let's see. We have a bunch of people. I got to scroll it down. All right, we're getting ready for these questions. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm excited to see what you guys know. Let's see. Okay, I saw that. That was Tia's comment. I kind of lose my place. This is one of the things that I don't like about the StreamYard, but that's okay. Okay, I'm way down, way down. I'm going down, going down, going down. Okay, so Harper Mimi says, I did, but hip issues made me stop. After hip replacement surgery, I started riding the Peloton and I love it. I look forward to the workout. I do 45 minutes, 3 days, and 1 day of 30. Okay, very good. So you're doing all that after your hip replacement surgery. Very good. So you start riding that Peloton bike and you look forward to it. And I think that's a great workout too, because it's easy on your knees. It's kind of low impact. Very good. Keep that going. Keep that going. I agree, Felicia. She said amazing. Yes. My grandmother had hip replacement surgery and she was a small lady. And so, her nickname was Tiny. Remember I tell you guys that her nickname was Tiny. She was so little. And yeah, she had to, if she would have known like how to handle your bones and, how to take better care of that, she would have been so better off. So I'm glad I know, right? I'm glad I know now. Paul says, I definitely need to start increasing my strength sharing. Just ordered some wrist weights today. Always inspired by the amazing women in this chat. Yes, I'm glad we inspire you to do that. Very good. And I love the way that you're exercising. You're still getting it in. Whatever you can do, you're finding ways to do it. So that really makes it like a no excuse zone for a lot of us, right? Paul says, definitely need to start increasing my strength training. Just ordered some wrist weights. Okay, I think I just read that, but you probably re-put it in there. Okay, very good. People are saying congratulations to Taisha. That is just awesome, awesome, awesome. Kim says, yes, she does. I love our little diva, aka little AP manager and yes, she is. Everybody is saying hello to Taisha. She is Tamika. Hello, hello. How are you? How are you? And welcome. Let's see. You said I lifted all throughout my 20s. I didn't want to build more mass. I can squat 225 pounds. I now lift to maintain. I'm so animated. I just love that about myself. I'm so excited about this. I do more cardio. I used to be She-Hulk. I went from 213 to now 145 at 6 feet tall. Jeez Louise. Oh my goodness. So you lifted all throughout your 20s. So what inspired you to lift weights? Like I always wonder, like women, did you see like somebody and say, I want to have that body today? Like what did you do? How did you get to that point where you were working out to that degree? I love that. Harper, can I just call you Harper? Wow, that's incredible. With the hip replacement surgery, most can safely add in strength training, which ironically will help the bones strengthen. Not a doctor, but I'm a super advocate. That is too funny. My 4-year-old granddaughter was exercising on the trampoline and instructing her teddy bear. I love that. I love that. She's on the right track. We love it. Okay, people are saying hello, hello, hello. Harper meant to say my aunt had one. She started with wristbands and her body weight only. Okay, very good, very good. Yeah, Davinia is doing it. I mean, geez, Louise. Okay, so are you guys ready? Now, this would have been too much, and I don't even know if StreamYard can handle this. So you got to be, a good listener. I'll repeat so you can hear. But I want you guys to participate. If you don't participate, if you're at home watching, just try to say it yourself. Like this is kind of like, getting us very informed about what we're doing with and for our bodies. So I'm going to start out with some easier questions. You can just put A, B, C, or D in the chat, whatever your answer is, and then we'll talk about it, right? If we need to. Some of these we could just keep it moving. If we need to talk about why, we can. But so are you ready? Ready or not? Ready or not? Here I come. You can't hide. Isn't that the Fugees? So which form of cardio, this is the question, number one, I'm just throwing it out there. Which form of cardio typically burns the most calories per minute? Think about that, per minute. Is it walking? A, is it B, swimming? C, running? Or D, cycling? You could type the whole word in, or you could just put A, B, C, D. So A is walking, B is swimming, C is running, D is cycling. Which form of cardio typically burns the most calories per minute? Write your answer in the chat, A, B, C, D. Walking, swimming, running, cycling. All right, well, we got some answers up in here. I had to add some more water to my water bottle. Okay, all right. All right, we got a bunch of different answers. Okay. All right, so we have a lot of, I'm just going to put them up here real quick. We got a D, a D, a C, a C, a B, a D, a B, a C. We got a D. Okay, and the answer is it is running. Running is going to burn, it typically burns the most calories per minute. Isn't that interesting? No, that's okay. And if you think about the order I'm saying them, it's just A, B, C, D. So if you remember, oh, it's the third one, then C should be your answer. Maybe if you could remember like that. So it was C, running. Very good. Very good. All right, good job. Good job. All right, number 2. This is the second question. Perfectly, Pamela. I don't know why I'm sorry. I had you up there. Okay. What is the main way that cardio helps with weight loss? What's the main way? Is it A, it builds muscle mass? B, it increases your hunger? C, it burns calories? D, it improves your sleep. So, what's the main way that cardio helps with weight loss? It builds muscle mass. A, it increases your hunger. B, it burns calories. C, it improves your sleep. D. What do you guys think? Kelly, I see Kelly join the chat. Hello, Kelly. Oh, I got stuff up on there. Okay, okay. All right, what are you guys saying? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so a lot of you guys are saying C. I'm just gonna put them up there. We have a D. You know, D is a good choice too, but it said the main way, so that's why we have to go with C. It is C. It is C. It burns calories. That's the main way, but it does improve that sleep. Somebody put D. That's true, but it's not the main thing it does, right? It's not the main thing. Okay, all right, that's okay. Well, here we go with question 3. This is a true or false. You could put a T or F. You could write it out. True or false. Cardio is, you guys aren't going to know this. Cardio is the only way to lose weight. It's the only way you're going to lose weight is to add that cardio in. True or false? And this is not a trick question. Cardio is the only way to lose weight. Tia's been quick draw McGraw, Healthy Spirit Podcast. Tangi, I see she showed up in the chat here. Tangi, who else did I see? Kelly, hello, Kelly. Okay, all right. This is good. All right. Anybody else before we go? Cardio is the only way. Oh, now this next one, I wonder if you guys are going to know. G's 101, true or false? Cardio is the only way to lose weight. T or F? All right, and then I'm going to just say, I saw everybody got this one right. You guys were right. It is false. Nice job, everybody. Nice job. You say you missed the question. Okay. All right, number 4. Number 4. What type of cardio? Now, you guys should know this. What type of cardio involves short bursts of intense effort followed by rest? So you got a lot of effort and then you rest. Is it A, LISS, LISS? Is it B, Zumba? Zumba. Is it C, HIIT, HIIT? Is it D, Pilates? My fave. Which one is it? What do you guys think? A, LISS, B, Zumba, C, HIIT, D, Pilates. Ooh. Now, these are still some easier ones. Okay. Ooh, okay, you guys. She said, I didn't wait for the letters. Yes, you got it. HIIT. Geez, okay, he was right with the F. Okay, it is HIIT. HIIT. Very good. Or the letter C. One of those two. You could have said HIIT or the letter C. Tia was so quick. I think Tia, you talked about this on your channel before too. Very good. Mel says, Dario, come out of the bushes. Ah, that is too funny. Okay, all right, very good. Next question. A, B, C, or D, or you could put you could put the number in there if you want to. To lose 1 pound of fat. Excellent job, everybody, on that last question. To lose 1 pound of fat, you need to burn approximately how many calories? 1,000 is A, B is 2,500, C is 3,500, D is 5,000. So I repeat, to lose 1 pound of fat, you need to burn approximately how many calories? 1,000, 2,500, 3,500, or 5,000? All right, you guys are fast. Ooh, fast, fast, fast. All right, Taisha was first up in there. Okay, all right. What do you guys think? Okay, you guys, you're right. And it sounds like a lot, doesn't it? 3,500, but that's for the week. So that's why they tell you to cut back 500 each day. 5 times 7 is 35, right? So that's how we get that. Very good. All right, Taisha was quick draw McGraw on that. So you could either say 3,500 or C. Okay, very good. Very good. Very good. Now, some people don't know that. So I'm glad that you guys know that. All right. Now, this is a good question. This is a good question. Which benefit is most? Most is the key word. This is how we get these kids stumped on these questions in my class, like most. Every answer could be right, but what's the most? So which benefit is most associated with regular cardio? Which benefit? A, increased bone density. B, improved heart health. C, bigger muscles. Or D, higher protein intake? Which benefit is most associated with that cardio? A, increased bone density. B, improved heart health. C, bigger muscles. Or D, higher protein intake. Now, this is a great question because if you're doing cardio, you're thinking, and people who love the cardio, this is what you're getting out of that cardio. Um, Okay. All right. And you guys, if this was a quiz, you aced it. It's all right. It's B, improved heart health. So that's what you're getting. That's the most benefit that's most associated with that cardio. Okay, very good. So those people who are focused on that cardio, your heart hopefully is doing good because that's what it's helping mostly. All right. Now, not that it's not doing all some other things too, but that's the big benefit from that. All right. So, what is the main downside? Listen to this. What is the main downside of relying only on cardio for weight loss? What is the main downside? So, listen to the choices. So, what is the main downside of relying only is the key word, on cardio for your weight loss? A, it's too easy. B, you'll lose too much fat. C, it doesn't build muscle. D, it slows your metabolism. Which one? A, it's too easy. B, you'll lose too much fat. C, it doesn't build muscle. Or D, it slows down your metabolism. All right, so the answer is, and I can't tell who had it first. What time did I ask that question? I don't know. I think I can't tell who had it first, but anyway, the answer is C. It doesn't build muscle. So that's the main downside of just relying on that cardio. You're not going to build muscle that way. That's why we've been telling you guys to add that strength training, add the resistance, bands, then move yourself up to the weight. So it was C. What's the main downside of the cardio? And not just that it's a downside, but what's the downside of relying only on cardio? So the people who are doing cardio and nothing else, the downside is you're not building muscle. So it was C, you're not building muscle. Linda, hello, hello. How are you? How are you? Well, you know what? We got to give Linda a happy birthday. Yes, yes, yes. Linda, I was waiting for you to come in here. Happy birthday, Linda. Happy birthday, Linda. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Hey. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, Linda, happy birthday. How are you? Jeez Louise. Linda, I hope you're having the best day ever, 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 ever. I hope you had the best birthday. All right, so Linda, we are playing, we're doing a little quiz to see how much we know about all things cardio. We're going to go into some strength training in a second. So, and then I'm going to ask you guys. I don't want to tell you because I don't want anybody to think ahead, but we want to answer one important question before we leave this chat, and it's going to be, if you had to just pick one exercise, what are they saying is the best exercise you could do? Don't tell me now, but that's what we're going to talk about at the end. We want to talk about it. All right, so number 8, which of the following is true about cardio and muscle loss? Which of the following is true about cardio and muscle loss? You're still celebrating. I love that. Very good, very good. So A, cardio builds muscle fast. B, excess cardio can lead to muscle loss if not paired with strength training. C, cardio prevents weight regain. D, cardio boosts your testosterone. So which one is it? I'm going to read it again. Which of the following is true about cardio and muscle loss? A, cardio builds muscle fast. B, excess cardio can lead to muscle loss if not paired with the strength training. C, cardio prevents all weight regain. D, cardio boosts testosterone. What do you think? It's Darian. We see you popped up in the chat with your correct answer. I don't know. All right. He says cardio boosts testosterone. Okay, so it is. I see a lot of these answers. Let me put these up there because you guys are on point. So yeah, Taisha, yes, B to the B to the B. It is B to the B to the B. Everybody saying B. Darian, I don't know why he put D, but that's okay, Darian. All right, it is D. Paul is like, what's up, Darian? You gotta love the increased testosterone. Yes, everything is not about the testosterone of it all. All right, very good. All right, so this is a good question. How long should moderate cardio sessions be for general health? That's a good question because I didn't realize this either. But how long should moderate cardio, right? Moderate. How much should moderate cardio sessions be for good health? And then Bellflower came in with the correct answer. Yes. Okay, so here are your choices. How long should moderate cardio be for general health, not good health, for general health? 10 minutes is A, 30 minutes is B, 1 hour is C, 90 minutes is D. What do you think? 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 90 minutes. A, B, C, D. Yeah. What's up, Dee and the Divas, data-driven folks? So funny. We want to know per day, not per week, per day. What's your breakdown per day? It's Darian. Oh, you are too funny. All right, so we have some answers here. 150 minutes a week. We have B. We have B. We have B. We have B. We have 30 minutes B. We have B, 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 B. Paul says 10 minutes. Darian B. Okay. All right. Jerlene says 30 minutes. Lakeisha, Paula. Okay. You guys, that was correct. It was 30 minutes. Very good. 30 minutes. 30-minute session. So Darian, unless you're doing 5 days a week. Yes. You are correct too. All right. Very good. Very good. So Paul, you want to add another 20 minutes to that cardio for the general good health. Add 20 more minutes. All right. So what is an example of something that's called low impact cardio. Which one of these is an example of low impact cardio? We got Delilah. Okay, hey fam, don't forget to hit that like button. Yes, hit the like button. Thanks for the reminder, says Darian. We got Delilah in the house. She says, hi, everyone. All right, Delilah, we're playing a game. I hope you can get in there. All right, so number 10, well, it's not really a game. It's kind of like just to see what we know. So number 10, which of these is an example of a low impact cardio, right? Is an example of low impact cardio. A, sprinting. B, jumping rope. C, rowing. Or D, walking. Which one of those is going to be low impact? Everybody saying hi to Delilah. Yes, we're here for the trivia of it all. Okay, let's see. All right, we got a lot of these answers rolling in. You guys are good and fast. Okay, all right. All right, you guys guessed it. It was D, walking. That's an example of a low impact. Out of those ones, sprinting, jump rope, rowing. Very good. So walking was the correct answer. So we're just going to put these correct answers up here. You guys are good, good, good. All right, all right. Love it, love it, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Very good. You guys are good. Okay, all right. That's okay, Kim. That's okay. If you could jump in, good. If not, no worries. Number 11, what happens when you do too much cardio and you eat too little? What's going to happen if you do too much cardio and you eat too little? A, you build lots of muscles. B, you lose fat only. C, you risk muscle loss and a slow metabolism. D, you gain more weight. And this question reminds me of She Is Tamika, if she's still in here. I know she goes to bed kind of early, but yeah. Oh, okay. So if you've been watching her videos, you know the answer to this. And Tammy says, I'll never know. So you're not doing too much cardio, huh? I love that. So what happens when you do too much cardio and you eat too little? Yes. Okay. All right. I see some answers. Let's see what people are saying. So we have male to the B. Yes, 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 yes. I've done that too on here as well. I haven't, yeah, I've done the one on here. Yes, I'm scared to do it again because, I don't want to go out, but it's coming back. It's coming back. All right, so we have C. We have C. C. Look, what is C? C is, okay, all right. Let's see. Lots of C's, lots of C's. Am I putting up all the guesses? Correct. It is correct. C. You risk muscle loss and your metabolism does slow down, which is what we don't want to happen, right? You're doing a lot of cardio, but you're not eating a lot, right? So you don't want that. So if you're doing that cardio, you got to pick up those the pace on your eating. All right, very good. So this is a good question. This is a male B type of a question. Male to the B. Are you ready? It says, which burns more calories after your workout ends? Which one burns more calories after your workout ends? A, strength training. B, light walking. C, stretching. Or D, steady state cardio. Which burns more calories after the workout ends? Strength training, light walking, stretching, steady state cardio. So anybody who's doing just only the cardio, this is one of the reasons why, you guys are right, it was a strength training. This is one of the reasons why you want to add that strength training in there and make that a staple, because you're going to have that afterburn. Have you guys heard of the afterburn, right? So like right now, when I'm sitting around not doing much, that muscle is still going to be burning for me, right? Whereas cardio is not. Cardio is not. So that's a reason that you could add it or should add it in there. You should do that cardio. All right, very good. Oh, Paul, isn't she? Male to the B. I love saying male to the B. Male to the B is the GLP-1 Jedi Master. Yes, yes, yes. Love that. You always got something to say there. Very good. Paula, oh, you have a blessed evening too. Thank you for stopping in, Paula. Okay, all right. All right, let's keep it going. Okay, so, oh, this is a good question. Why do people hit a weight loss plateau with only cardio? So if you're only doing cardio and you hit that weight loss plateau, why is that? Is it A, the body adapts and burns fewer calories over time? B, muscle mass increases too fast? C, your heart rate becomes too high? Or D, you burn too many calories? Tia is on it. This is the workout lady. Why do people hit a weight loss plateau with only cardio? A, the body adapts and burns fewer calories over time. B, muscle mass increases too fast. C, heart rate becomes too high. Or D, you burn too many calories. Oh gosh, you guys are good. You guys are so good. It is A. The body adapts and burns fewer calories over time. And we know that the body is always adapting, right? So even with the weights, we talk about how, with the weights, let's say you're lifting 3 pounds, and once those 3 pounds become easier, then you go to 5 pounds. And once those 5 or 4, but that's a thing. I always went from 3 to 5, but you could go to 4. So you're building up with that muscle. So that's why some people start off and say, like, I'll be one of those people saying, I started off with 3, now I'm up to 10, and some things I'm doing 20. So you build your way up. So, that's one of the good things I love about the strength training too. All right, very good. So a lot of you guys did that. Losing it with Grace says, my fat got too comfortable and decided to renew its lease. Well, we got to get that fat out of there. We got to evict that fat. Are you strength training? I think you are. Are you, Grace? Are you doing that? Okay. This is good. This is a good one. What's the most effective combo for weight loss? What's the most effective combo for weight loss? Is it A, cardio plus your detox drinks? B, strength training plus fasting? C, cardio plus strength training? And D, only running? Which one is it? She says, Tammy, I love that. No squatters allowed. So what's the most effective combo for weight loss? Is it going to be your A, cardio and detox drinks? B, strength training and fasting? C, cardio and strength training? Or D, only running? So now that so whatever this answer is, that means that we need to be doing that if we want to lose weight. So if you're doing one and not the other, you probably want to add one of those in. And it doesn't have to be every day, but add it in those days that you're not doing something. So you guys are acing it. It is C, cardio plus strength training. Let's show you all these people that got it. Jeez Louise. This is super cool. Very good. Linda's Journey, Pam. Pammy came in and got up on it. Love it. Very good. Very good. I love that. Okay. All right. Which cardio method is the best for beginners on a GLP-1? So what cardio? Now, this is just cardio. Andrea, hello, beautiful lady. How are you? How are you? Okay, so which cardio method, Andrea, you can play along if you want, is the best for beginners on a GLP-1? Is it A, powerlifting, B, sprint intervals, C, gentle walking, or D, a spin class? Which cardio method is the best for people beginning on that GLP-1? What do you think it is? A, powerlifting, B, sprint intervals, C, gentle walking, or D, taking that spin class? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, geez, Louise. All right, now these are some harder ones coming up. If you thought those were hard, these are harder. But you guys were right. It is the gentle walking. Start with that gentle walking. Start somewhere, right? You got to start somewhere. All right, very good. And I see everybody in here got that one right. Okay, this is a harder question for some of you. For some of you, it might be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So which hormone increases after long cardio sessions and may lead to muscle breakdown if your nutrition is not balanced? So which hormone increases after long cardio sessions and may lead to muscle breakdown if the nutrition is not balanced? Is it A, insulin, B, cortisol, C, leptin, D, testosterone? Which hormone is it? Insulin, cortisol, leptin, or testosterone? Ooh, Tia and Simply Taisha were neck and neck. Okay, okay. What are you guys saying? Oh, geez, Louise. I thought this was gonna trick somebody. Darium, you want to put testosterone so bad as your answer. I know you do. But you guys are so right. It is B, cortisol. So cortisol is going to increase after long cardio sessions, and it may lead to muscle breakdown if nutrition isn't balanced. So you have to be eating the correct nutrition, which we know that starts with that protein. You want to build those protein blocks up. All right, so why does strength training sometimes lead to slower scale weight loss compared to cardio? And this is one of the reasons why I didn't want to do strength training, because I knew that scale was going to be slower. But why is that? Why? And I think that's a lot of the reasons why people don't want to do that strength training, right? Because they want to see the scale going down, and you may not see it go as fast if you're doing the strength training versus the cardio. So why does strength training sometimes lead to a slower scale weight loss compared to that cardio? Is it A, it increases fat gain, B, it dehydrates the body, C, it builds lean muscle mass, which weighs more than fat, or D, it increases your metabolism? So which is it? A, it increases your fat gain, B, it dehydrates the body, C, it builds lean muscle mass, which weighs more than fat, or D, it reduces your metabolism. All right, somebody had the time to write this out. Love it. This is a good question, because I think this is like I said, this is the reason why I think people aren't doing that strength training. I have my fan on. I'm getting cold. Jeez Louise. Okay, you're saying Tia, it's denser. It doesn't necessarily weigh more. Okay. All right, so you're right. It is C. It builds lean muscle mass, which weighs more than fat, right? And so Tia is saying that is a trick question, right? Because fat and muscle can weigh the same. But that's the reason why. And I know for me, I was like, I'm not, building that muscle, because you hear it's not going to, necessarily show up on that scale as much as cardio. So that's one of the reasons to do the cardio, right? You're going to burn calories, you're going to burn it fast. If you're calories in, calories out, burn this, burn that. But we know the strength training is going to have that afterburn, right? That afterburn effect. And I think too, a lot of people, have you started doing strength training? I have some clothes that I know it's times where I was only doing the cardio, and I would have clothes that I couldn't fit. And, it would be a certain size. And then I would do some strength training, later on down the line when I would start to do that. I could wear those clothes now, and I'm the same size, but I'm just leaner from probably having, built that muscle up. So it's, I know you can lose more inches. You can see, you can feel it, you can see it when you're doing that strength training too. It really helps with the clothes as well. So let's see. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Oh, Tia. Okay, she says, yeah, 1 pound of muscle weighs the same as 1 pound of fat, but takes up less space. Yes. I gain a bit of water after heavy lifting. Yeah, so people say that too. But then it goes away though, don't you lose the water as you continue to do it though, right? Yes, Tia actually takes up less space in the body. Yes, 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 yes. Muscles expand, as Popeye would say. Okay, all right, very good. That's why it's important for some folks to take measurements. Yes. I was gonna say, I think Taisha debunked that myth because she strength trained most of the time and was losing the pounds. Yes, yes, yes. But it wasn't Taisha also still doing, Taisha, weren't you also still doing walking though every day? Right? Because she's also walking too. I think I think it, and I know what you're saying, but I think she would just have to be doing that for that to be true. She's also doing the cardio. So that's why I think doing both of them is great. But if we had to pick one, I'm going to tell you what doctors say you should pick if you had to pick one. But ideally, you should be doing both of them. You really should. But Taisha, can you answer that? Because I think Taisha was doing strength training, but she's also walking every day on that walking pad. So if she was only doing the strength training, so she says, I walked last summer and started again in July. Initially, I was only strength training. Okay, but you were losing. Okay. And then in the summer, you started walking. Okay. So what have you been doing for 68 straight weeks, Taisha? Is it strength training or is it walking or is it both? Now I didn't confuse myself with your situation. G's 101 says do both. Yeah, I agree. You should do both. I think you should do both, but I think you should do one more than the other. To be honest. Okay, with strength, you've been doing strength training. Okay, for the 68 straight weeks. Okay, very good, very good. We love that. All right, what about this question? Which energy system does steady state cardio primarily rely on? Ooh, this is a good, well, you guys probably know this once you hear the answers. Taisha says she started March 4th of 2025. Okay, very good, very good. 2024, she meant. Okay. All right, very good. So which energy system does steady state cardio primarily rely on? The ATP, PC system, the aerobic system, or the anaerobic system? So that just has an A, B, C. So the ATP, PC system, the aerobic system, or the anaerobic system? Okay, so you said you've been lifting before Zepbound and have also lost slowly but steady losing. Yes, 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 yes. Very good. Yeah, but that's what you always hear, that weight gaining that muscle is going to slow that scale down. So I know for me, that's one of the ones I was worried about. So if you put B, you are correct. It's the aerobic system. Aerobic system, like aerobics, right? Even aerobics is cardio. So it's aerobics. I said the ATP. What's the ATP PC system? I don't even know what that is. What is that? I have no idea what that is. Do you guys know what that is? But it's the aerobic. It's aerobic. Hello, hello. Andrea, that's cute. What is this little guy? Hey, Bobby, how are you? What is that? A little trophy. I love it. Oh, my goodness. Uh, she said, are you talking about Tammy? Oh, Tammy is just all things. She's very knowledgeable. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, okay. Bobby, how are you? Okay, so number 4. Which of the following best explains why some people regain weight after only using cardio for their fat loss? So what best explains why some people regain weight after only using cardio for fat loss? A, they eat too much protein. B, cardio suppressed their metabolism permanently. C, they didn't build muscle to support long-term calorie burn. Or D, cardio eliminated fat cells completely. Which one is it? Let's see. Oh, they ate too much protein. A, cardio suppressed their metabolism permanently. B, They didn't build muscle to support long-term calorie burn. Or D, cardio eliminated fat cells completely. All right, you guys have it. Yeah, you guys mostly have it. Okay. Now, G's one of one. I'm gonna say I disagree with you, on that one. But the answer is C. They didn't build muscle to support long-term calorie burn. So G's one of one is saying walk 5 to 6 days, strength train 2 to 3 days. Okay, so you're okay. But if you just had to do, I agree with that because you're strength training. I would say 3 days to strength train, and then you can walk 5 to 6 days. I agree. But if you had to pick one, G's one of one, which one would you pick? So anybody in the chat can answer this question. If you just had to pick one between strength training or cardio, not what you want to do, but what does research say is the best one for you to do? What do doctors agree that the best one for you to do is what? Not even if you're on a GLP-1 exclusively, but which one? What do you think? And if you want to add your why into it, you can. Ideally, you should do both, but if you only had to do one, which one is going to be the most effective one for us to do? Can't say both. You got to just pick one. Okay, so let's see what people are saying. Z is saying strength training. If you had to pick one, it would be the strength train, said Taisha. Walking is the cherry on top. Strength, if only time for 1 to 2 times a week. Okay. 1 to 3 times a week. Strength train all day, every day. Strength training, okay. Linda says cardio. Then walking, it would be the cardio. Strength says Tammy, Felicia, strength training. Strength training improves insulin sensitivity and metabolism. Okay. Strength train. See, I walk. Well, we're saying what do the doctors say? Not what you want to do, Pam. Strength. Okay. Strength. Team strength training. Yes. Okay. I walk, but I think strength training is going to help us in older years. Yes. Girls who lift. Exactly, Andrea. It's not an opinion, just facts. Cardio, strength train for 2 days properly. Keyword properly with correct form. Okay, Paul says walking, and Pam says I love walking. Okay, so according to research, if your goal is to lose weight fast, you want to burn those calories fast, cardio is the best. Cardio is going to burn more calories during the workout. It's great for improving, we already said this, your heart health and your endurance, right? I do notice that too, your endurance. So some great examples: walking, running, cycling, dancing, doing that HIIT training. Remember, this is for quick, fast, to burn those calories fast. If your goal is long-term fat loss plus body recomp, strength training is the best. It's going to build your lean muscle, which burns more calories at rest, which is like, when we're just chilling right now, prevents muscle loss while you're losing the weight, and it shapes your body. It boosts your metabolism, improves your insulin sensitivity, and it is the best for sustainable weight loss and toning over time. All right. So the best, thing you can do is do both. So the recommendation is strength train 2 to 4 times a week. So in between 2 to 4 to build that muscle. Add cardio, which a lot of us are doing, like walk. Well, I'm doing Taibo and I'm trying to get on that treadmill. So, but that's considered my cardio, walking or doing intervals for heart health and extra calorie burn. This combo, the dynamic duo of it all, it helps you lose fat, not just weight, especially if you're on a GLP-1 medication like we are, a lot of us are taking in here, where muscle loss could be at risk. Now, why are we at risk of losing muscle taking a GLP-1? What's the number one reason? Even if it didn't happen to you, but who knows, can tell me in the chat. What's the reason why everyone is telling us that if you're on a GLP-1, you're going to lose muscle? Is the reason why? Why do they say that? What do you think it is? Put that in the chat. Taisha says 3 days a week has been my sweet spot. 4 days, strength training is a lot. No time for recovery. Fall and fracture, says Mel. Low protein intake with less appetite, TSS. If doing a split 4 days is ideal. Okay. Osteoporosis, bone loss, a fall. Oh, my daughter's scared. It's thundering. um, okay. So, okay, so you said low calories, so your body starts using muscle for energy. Yes. I think it's all of can be a combination of all those things, but the main reason is because you're losing weight so fast. Like most people taking this GLP-1, not most people, because there's a lot of slow and steady of us out there that are losing. But when you lose weight that fast, that's why that muscle, you're losing that muscle. So it can be all those reasons, but that's the number one thing. And I think that's why people want to do cardio because they want to lose that weight fast. They want to lose fast. And it's still calories in and calories out, no matter how you shuffle the deck. Even if you're doing intermittent fasting or whatever else however you're eating, it's still calories in, calories out. We're gonna have to talk about that intermittent fasting too at another time. I got some thoughts on that. But okay, so very good. So you guys, so it's a combination, but most doctors are going to tell you if you had to choose one, they're going to say do that strength training because it has so many benefits beyond the scale, which we already talked about. Is that building your muscle, preventing osteoporosis, which is the reason in itself to do it, just to prevent that osteoporosis. That's going to help you out so much. So much if you do it. So, doctors say these are the top reasons why you should be strength training. Prevents that lean muscle man from losing that lean muscle while you're losing weight. Burns calories long after you work out, which we talked about is that afterburn, that after effect. Improves your insulin sensitivity and your blood sugar, right? Which is helpful for me, being a type 2 diabetic. Strengthens your bones, joints, and your core, which, it's like I love that I'm working on all those things, with my Pilates. Prevents osteoporosis when you fall and injure yourself. And do you know that most people, when they fall, I want to say the statistic is 30 to 40% of people, the older people, when they fall, they don't live long after that, right? They fall and it's detrimental. And so I want to be one of those people. You can ask my daughter. I fell in my laundry room, and I have nature stone on my floor, so they're hard. In my laundry room, and I fell on my knees. I had some little heels on, and I had little heels. They were kind of high heels, and I fell, and I was able to. It was funny. Like I hit my funny bone on my knee, but I was able to get back up. And that's what I want to be able to do in my older age.
Yeah, with help.
Did you help me up? Or was that, or did Duke help me up? You both helped up. Well, they helped me get up, but I was able to get up. Well, I think you guys felt like you need to help me because I laid there and laughed. That's why I just was like, I can't believe I fell. But yes, I was laughing so hard. But yeah, it could have been a different story. So yeah, you gotta, make sure we can fall and get back up. Body recomp, lose fat, gain shape. You might lose less weight with cardio, but you'll look leaner, you look more toned, more defined, which is what I'm trying to do. All right, so yeah, we fall down, but we get up.
Block your face when you fall.
Okay. All right, so what is G's 101? I saw him saying something in here. Where is G's 101? If you're gonna sit in here, honey, you have to stay quiet. Thank you. Okay. He's saying it's no time for recovery if you're doing strength training 4 days out of the week. Okay, you guys were saying low protein. If doing a split 4 is ideal. Okay, very good. And then people were guessing, and then G's one of one says we are all different, and there are a lot of correct answers as long as you are moving safely. Yes, yes, yes. But I do think though that we said a combination, right? We said a combination, but if you had to choose one, that's the one. If you had to just choose one, that's the one. That's the one that's gonna for long term, right? Because I think about, and I guess you could be doing cardio and bouncing around and jumping up and down when you get in your 80s, but I think it's, to do that strength training and work on strength training, I think that's even more sustainable as you get older. Now I do realize some 80-year-olds are, hiking and doing all kind of active stuff. That's what I kind of want to be doing. I want to be be able to hike up a mountain and all of that. Night night, y'all. My sleep is my new favorite weight loss aid. Gotta go. Love your channel, Dee. Love you for stopping in. Thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, she's always has something insightful too to add to these videos I'm putting out. All right, thank you. G said, because if you get hurt and lose consistency, none of it matters. It becomes a setback. Yeah. Yeah, but can't you get hurt doing cardio too though? You could get hurt doing it all. I mean, yeah, you could get hurt doing cardio. You could come down that wrong way, twist that ankle. So you could get hurt doing both. Um, but I think you're doing a combination of both though, aren't you? Aren't you doing a combination? Because if you get hurt and lose consistency, none of it matters. I know, but I think the message we want to put out here is both is great, right? Both is great. They say if you could work out 3 to 4 times a week consistently, that is where you start. If you work your way up from there, I think that's just apples and not apples. I was gonna say apples on top of the cake, icing. Let's put apples on our cake though. So that's just icing on the cake. If you could eat both, eat both. If you could do both, I think both are great. But I think that people are prioritizing that cardio, and I think we should be prioritizing the strength training. I think that's the thing that we should be, prioritizing. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And I think doing both is great, but we had some people in here who said they're just doing cardio and that's it. Okay. All right. You could get hurt doing anything. I think Dee Dee's point is doctors recommend strength training. Everything else is coconut whip topping. Yes. Yes, doctors. And I'm telling you, I went to the doctor when I think I told you guys the story about how I thought I had a blood clot in my leg. I went to the emergency. I told them I wanted an ultrasound, and because they were just going to do an x-ray, but I was like, no, I want you to be able to see in my my veins. I want you to be able to see my if I have a clot. And so the doctor came out and he told, he sat down and he said, I really, when all the results and everything came back, he said, I really don't tell people this and sit down with people because people don't listen. He said, but I have a feeling you're going to listen and you're going to take in what I'm saying. And he told me the story about how he was overweight and how he, basically turned his health around. And he said, don't worry about doing so much cardio. Focus on that strength training. And he gave me all the reasons why. And so I remember him telling me that, and I always thought, strength training. He says, yes, you're gonna burn calories. He says, you're an older woman. He said, really, we should be telling people this younger. He said, but you want to focus on the weights. And I think, so a lot of times we know what to do, we hear it, but we don't always do it. So anyway, that's just my my 2 cents. And I researched like what exercise would doctors choose if they could tell you. And I've asked doctors and they've all told me strength training. So it's addictive. Start where you are, it will fall into place. Yeah. So I think starting off with 3 days a week with whatever you're doing. And I would say if you're doing cardio, all you have to do is just switch it over, add a little, not switch it over, but add a little bit of strength training to that, right? If you're doing cardio 3 times a week, let that fourth day be strength training. And then, eventually, you can build up to that. I think strength training seems so intimidating for some people. And yeah, I think you just got to start where you are, but I think you should just do what you can. Do what you can. Yes, on both. Yeah, on both. And if for some reason you don't want to strength train, that's okay, but don't. If for some reason you don't want to or like strength training, that's okay, but we need to share the facts based on science, 100%. Y'all are motivating me to strength train. Yes, you should. You should. I think you should. I'm thankful to hear this. Yeah, I think you should. I think we got to look at a different perspective. I'm just going with what the science says now. I'm telling you, I'm no expert on a workout guru at all. I told you guys I don't even really like it. But once I'm doing it, I love it. I enjoy it. I kind of get into it. I get into the whole workout of it all. But I want to be doing the right things. I wish somebody would have told me at 30, I'm 52, that you need to be strength training. I would have been adding that in a long time ago. I've been doing, kind of like kickboxing. That's like one of my faves. I've been doing cardio for so long. So I always say if you're doing something and it's not working, then do something different. So something different for me is like sticking to the strength training of it all just to see how it works out. And according to my DEXA scan, I'm going in the right direction according to my DEXA scan. So we'll see when I do my follow-up in August. I'm hoping that, I lost fat but maintain that excellent muscle. For me, that just, like Taisha just got her DEXA scan. And so, like I said, it should have confirmed for her what she was doing is correct. She, maintained her muscle, gained muscle actually, and she lost fat. And so, I'm trying to maintain my muscle and I'm trying to lose some of this visceral fat. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on, but everybody I've gone to told me to strength train, then strength train. When I do the research on my own, it says do your strength training. So I'm just saying to you, whatever you're doing, I would add this in there. Sprinkle it in 2 days a week. If you're doing cardio 2 days a week, and the strength training I'm doing is like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. It's not a lot. I don't feel like it's overwhelming. I don't feel like it's a whole lot. And that Pilates I'm doing 2 days a week. I mean, really, I could use that as kind of like my strength training. But I do think you need to be doing something with those free weights. I do think it's value in that. So that's just my little 2 cents. Now, you talk to your doctor about it. If you have a routine that's working for you, you stick to it. I don't think there's anything wrong with you doing your own thing. But we're just here spreading the facts. That's all. That's all. All right. So before we get out of here, does anybody have some wins? What are your wins for the week? What are your wins? Or what are your struggles? Are you having some struggles that you guys want to share? One of the struggles I'm having is, I'm telling you, it's getting that food in. I was not hungry. Taisha, did I tell you that you popped in my head? When I got home from my daughter's gymnastics class, it was what, 6 o'clock, I don't know, six-ish. And I was not hungry, but I made myself eat anyway. So I made some salmon. I made like 6 pieces of salmon. It reminded me of Miss Linda. And so I made 6 pieces of salmon, and I wasn't going to eat it. I was just going to drink a protein shake, but I knew I had not hit my calorie goals, my macros, nothing. I hadn't hit any goals. So I decided, and this is my injection night. So I had Pilates earlier today. So I decided, and then when I get off here, I'm going to do my strength training because I didn't get that in. So I'm still going to do that. But I am going to take my injection tonight, but I wasn't hungry, but I ate it anyway because I just thought, I got to get that in. One of the best things about this medication, I know, is it suppresses your appetite. You don't want to eat, but you can go too low on your eating your calories. Like I have a feeling some people who say I'm going to be on this medication forever, you're going to need to be because you're not, you know, when soon as you go off this medication, if you're eating 1,000 and 1,200 and 1,400 calories, you're going to gain the weight right back because you regularly, if you go off that medication, you're going to want to eat more than that. So that's one good thing I have on my side that I am eating between 16 and 1,800. It's hard to get that 1,800 in, especially now that I'm on this 12.5. When I was on the 10 and it's kind of stopped working for me, it was easy for me to eat 1,800, and I wasn't always eating the best things, you know. So now that I'm on this 12 and a half, yeah, I'm eating good. So ate one of the pieces of salmon. My daughter was looking at that salmon like she wanted some. And I made a salad. I had a salad, so and that's the salmon was my meat on top. So I made myself eat it, and I shouldn't say made myself. I could have came and done the live and been fine, but I had myself eat it because I'm trying to reach those calories, because that's one of the things. My calories, my metabolism was at a 15. I want to say 1572. And it should be at least 1,700. And so when you're eating very low calories, that's going to be your metabolism. And some people are saying, I'm fine with being on this medication forever. And, I'm fine with being on the medication forever and eating my 1,000 calories. And so, yeah, well, go for it. But for me, I just choose not to do that. And I don't think if that's the way you're doing it, like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But I do think if you're having situations where your hair is falling out, because I think what people don't realize is when you're eating so much less, you're having less minerals, nutrients, and vitamins, right? And that's the main place you should be getting those from is your food. So if you're eating so much less, you're not getting all those nutrients and things you're supposed to be getting in. So yeah. Tia says Pilates is definitely strength. It's hard AF. It is. So again, I'm so proud of myself that I'm actually in there doing it well. So yeah, I'm kind of proud of myself that I'm doing it. So hopefully I gave you guys some food for thought, something to think about with that strength training versus the cardio. Ideally, we want to get them both in. But I would, at this point, I'm telling you, I think you should prioritize and ask your doctor. People, if you don't agree with what we're saying about the strength training, ask your own doctor. What is your own doctor going to tell you? If your doctor says do both and don't worry about strength training and all that, go with your doctor. But I'm telling you, especially as you're a female and even a male, as you get older, you guys we're going to have to have some strength. We want to be mobile. Strength training is going to add that strength, that mobility, protecting those bones. We're all going to fall, but can you get back up? That's the question. Are you going to be able to get back up? And that's what I want to make sure I'm going to be able to do, is to get back up. And I told you I fell, I kind of hit my funny bone when I fell. This was maybe 1.5 to 2 years ago. It was in my laundry room, and I was able to get up and I was fine. We were actually going somewhere and I ran in to use the restroom. There's a restroom right off my laundry room. Ran in to use the restroom and turned the wrong way and fell. And I was able to get up and keep moving and go where I was going. And I was 50, right? Because I'm 52. That was maybe 2 years ago. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, let's just do the right thing. Do the right thing for our bones, if nothing else. We're doing it for the bones of it all. All right. So any wins? What are you guys saying? Jen, she said she's late to the party. Okay, let's see. My moderators are in here and they are no joke. My moderators are too funny. So ideal would be to do, so yes, Pam. So ideal would be to do some cardio, then strength training, right? Yes. So you're already doing the walking. Just add twice a week, Pam, those weights, and then you're going to love it. And then you'll be doing 3 weeks and 3 times in no time. So I would start there, but talk to your doctor before you do that. Talk to your doctor. Tell your doctor you want to strength train. This girl on the internet told me to strength train. Should I be doing it? Yeah. So anybody in here, don't tomorrow go off and get your weight set. Talk to your doctor, email them, text them, whatever you do, and ask them, what's the recommendation? I say start off small with 1, 2, 3 pounds. You can do your cans of soup. I remember I used to do that when I was waiting for my weights to come in. I was using some soup cans. You can use like your bottles of, what do you call it, water bottles, even though this is my 42, this big baby. My 42 grams of Fairlife. But use that. Anything you can use to get started. But eventually, you want to build that weight. You want to do that. I think that's cool, Pam, that you're open to it. Great stuff, Dee Dee. Awesome game. Dee Dee, Taisha is doing the dang thing. She is. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Mel is saying start slow. Yes, yes, yes. Bellflower says her challenge is exercising is so good. It's good. This was your live topic tonight. Yes, and we can relate. We're twins, right? We're weight loss twins. We can relate. I tell you guys, I don't love it. I'm doing it because, I know it's important and I need to, right? I don't love exercising, but this is kind of researching and thinking about it and talking about it and thinking about what doctors have told me. I just had a flashback, of what doctors have told me, over time. And I just thought to myself, like, geez Louise, I wish I would have gotten this message when I was younger, in my younger days. But one thing about the body is it recovers, right? And a lot of times it's not too late, especially at, the age we all are. It's never too late. So I think that's good. Yes. So we can motivate each other, right? Let's motivate each other. Pilates is, I read that. Yeah, it is hard. It is hard. See, Nicole, this message was right on time. It was. Jen. Now, Jen is walking. Jen likes to walk. Jen told me I better get my hot girl walk on. You see, I got my buns on that treadmill, Jen. But you just probably won't catch me outside. I'm not an outside, I'm not an outside girl. Not the same day, Pam. Cardio can interfere with your gains. 5-minute warm up, but if doing the same day, space out several hours. So not on the same day. Cardio, okay, right. Yeah, add that in, but not on the same day. 5-minute warm up, but if doing the same day, space out several hours. Okay, do you have that? Let's see. Pam says, I'm up to 8-pound hand weights and 10 p.m. the kettlebell. Oh, okay. So you're doing that. You're up to 8-pound hand weights. I think that's good. How much more do you need to do? I think that's a great start. You're up. So that means you've been working on that. I'm doing planks and push-ups on too. Push-ups are great. Push-ups are great. That's my, I don't know. Healthy Spirit Podcast says, I don't know. I think people don't understand how hard it is to actually build muscle. They think strength training will make you bulky. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, that too. But I don't know, because I don't think I'm lifting that many weights to see that. I don't think I'm lifting that many weights that I could see that. Linda said, I remember when I turned 50, I had a personal trainer that came to your home 3 times a week, and you did it for 2 years. Wow. Okay, very good. I have to admit, now that I'm strength training, I do feel a lot stronger and I have better balance. Okay, very good. So you are doing that. I thought you weren't doing it. So yeah, so if you're doing it, you're on the right track, as well. Another thing too is I don't think the strength training is going to totally, you can't totally get rid of that hanging skin, Oh, my daughter asleep on the floor. You can't totally get rid of that hanging skin, but you could kind of alleviate some of it, right? If you're starting out now doing it, after you lose all your weight and then you try to strength train, that's another motivation for me, right? To do that while I'm, on there. Let's see. I like using the kettlebell. I used to like that kettlebell too. Right, Tia? Just the lack of knowledge behind strength training and how to do it properly. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. So if you go to a gym, you could probably, sometimes when you sign up, a lot of gyms will give you a trainer, somebody to show you how to use the stuff. But when you go on the internet, though, you have to find somebody that's going to explain like how to do it. But the only bad thing about that is that they're not there to say, oh, no, you're doing it wrong, right? So you kind of have to watch your form yourself. Tia says, I was answering G's about strength, hate narrative. Okay, I didn't see that comment. I didn't see a comment from G's about that. Yeah, I didn't see that. Okay, okay. No, I didn't see that. G's 101. If he left that, okay, I didn't see. How did you see it? And I don't see it. Okay, all right. So, any wins, any struggles before we get out of here? Strength hate narrative. We're advocating for strength training. We're not saying we hate it. Let's see. Michelle Roots is a great educational channel to learn about strength. Okay, Michelle Roots. I'll have to take that down. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. All right, guys. So that brings us to the end. That brings us to the Thank you to my moderators in here. I appreciate you guys. You guys did a nice job. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for the super chats. Jerlene. We had Mail to the B. We have Paula and Simply Taisha. Appreciate all you ladies. Thank you for everybody that is commenting, that came and commented and played the game. I appreciate that. I appreciate the playing the game too. And I am going to do my little strength training. I'm going to get out of here. It's what? It's 10:17 already. Okay. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to do my strength training. I am on it. I am on it. Thank you for, this chat. Like, the chat scrolls down and gets longer unless something happened. And my moderators, my moderators took charge of this chat. I don't know. But yeah, sometimes the comments skip down, so I don't always see them either. But that's okay. That's okay. Thank you to everybody that came tonight. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'm gonna be. I'll see you on Friday. We'll be here. Oh, I wanted to ask you guys on Friday. Maybe I'll put out a post. I'll just put a post out and ask you guys about Friday's topic. I got 3 choices for Friday, maybe 2, and then you get whatever you guys pick. That's what we'll go with. So don't forget to vote. Go out there and vote. All right. Have a great night. Thank you. My daughter's in here laying down. She done fell asleep in here. She got scared of the thunder. I didn't even hear it. Jeez, Louise. All right. Have a good night. Thank you. Thank you. Remember, do some sort of movement. Talk to your doctor. Don't blame me if something happens and you get hurt without talking to your doctor. See your doctor first. Bye. Love you guys. Downsizing.